that people are very, very incensed. So finally they said we could, and we agreed the route. And so that's so said, so done. We started in Fordham Park. I always remember when we went there, it started to drizzle. And you know, you've done weeks of this mobilising, talking, and again, with no support from mainstream anything except for Alex Pascal. And you're thinking, is it going to work? So we got there, and when we saw the drizzle, we all thought, oh gosh, this might not work. And then we just saw the coaches pour in from Liverpool, from Manchester, from Birmingham, from Nottingham. And you kind of knew, yes, these coaches are arriving and people are just getting off to march with us. The other thing, of course, was as the march itself proceeds, people are seeing the coffins. You would have seen in the film us carrying the coffins and the banners. So everybody knew what the march was for. There was no misunderstanding about why we were marching. So you would see people just jump off buses. People who were doing their shopping, carrying their shopping, would see the march and just join the march. And again, McQueen's film show, and I'm not sure if Menelik does, all the school kids who climbed over the walls of colleges and schools to join the march. They just left their classroom. They interviewed one of the thing, and he said, when they said that the march for New Cross is outside, we just all left. The whole class just left and joined us. So as we're going along, we realise that more and more people are joining us. So we're kind of pretty jubilant. We're all very hot. You know, we've got very militant slogans, blood will go wrong if justice no come, 13 dead, nothing said, of course, chanting, people with homemade placards as well as ones that we had made. And so we kind of get to Blackfriars, and I would say not middle, but kind of near the middle front, and I saw the cordon of police at Blackfriars, and I just thought, oh, they've got the cordon there, but as we arrive, they're going to part and let the demonstration through. And then, of course, the closer as the march gets, we realise that they are not letting us through, that they've got reinforced police across the bridge, and they're actually going to stop the march from getting through. And at the front of the march, there were a lot of young people. And if you see the demonstration, you will see the average age of the demonstration. That's the other thing, the amount of people in their 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds who joined that demonstration. And they're at the front, and we're all thinking, well, what's happening? They're stopping us. And then, of course, the truck is there, Darcus is on the truck, we've got the Rasta flag, but the truck's got a bit back. So the word was, we have to get the truck to the front so the truck can break through the cordon of police. So we manoeuvre so that the truck gets a pathway so the truck can get near the front. And then the youth, when they see the truck is coming and not stopping, realise that we're actually going to break through. So they just fight the police on Blackfriars Bridge. I mean, physically fight the police to get through. We get the truck through. As the truck gets through, we realise we've broken through. And so we kind of all march behind the truck and break over and fight and get through Blackfriars Bridge. And Blackfriars Bridge was really our entry to Fleet Street, which was really important to us because none of the national media had covered this. And therefore our slogan of 13 dead, nothing said was the slogan that we all started to scream as we went down Fleet Street, where the Express, the Mirror, the Mail, the Times, the Guardian all had their offices. And as we're going down Fleet Street, journalists are leaning out of the window and making monkey chants. They're making monkey chants at us. Some are throwing banana skins. Some are shouting names at us. And I always say to young people today, when they say to me, nothing has changed, that in 1981, when we marched through Fleet Street with professional people making monkey charts and throwing banana skins at a demonstration that was protesting the murder of 13 young people, then you have to know how British society has changed in terms of what we did and how we have changed the thinking in British society. So we get through Fleet Street, all the catcalling of the journalists, hissing, booing, and as we get to the end of Fleet Street, another altercation takes place. I think it's been documented by researchers who then looked at the police actions of New Cross, how the police brought mounted police, which you saw there, to kind of corral the demonstration, how they brought other units in to really provoke the demonstration. But at the end of the day, well, by the time we reach Hyde Park, we have done our 7-hour march through London. The parents have sent the delegations in, and we think for us, we have some speeches. And although we're all exhausted, we just feel we've had a very victorious day. So that's really the kind of the story of Blackfriars in terms of the police actually going back on their word, which of course doesn't surprise us, and trying to actually prevent the march from proceeding into the City of London, which of course they never ever want.
I've got a quick question again, like for the details, and I'm thinking, you're on a march with like 20,000 people. At the front, there's some problem with the police.
Yeah.
How are you getting the message back to the guys in the middle and the back to kind of...
So we had our own stewards. So part of the organisation of the day is that we had our own stewards. We had young men and women who were acting as stewards, and their job was to relay messages in terms of what was going on with the march at any point. We didn't think the message would be relayed, we're being stopped. But if there were any trigger points, because we knew we had very hungry young people on this demonstration, and we knew that, you know, sometimes the opportunity, if you're passing a jewellery shop in Fleet Street, you might think it might be time to take a few jewels while we're marching. So we knew all the elements we had within our march, so we had our own stewards. And the role of the stewards was to relay messages throughout the march as to what was happening. So the message that we relayed to the stewards was, we're being stopped, but the way we're going to break through this is to get the truck, the lorry, where Darcus is on the lorry with the Rasta flag and some other people on the truck chanting, saying, you know, this is the black insurrection. We have to get the truck, because the truck can break through the police who are standing up with shields. The truck will be able to do it. So that's how we were able to do it, through our own stewards saying, get the truck to the front, get the truck to the front.
A man called